I was really shocked and saddened to hear the news of Dean Emeritus Robert's death whilst he and his partner Fletcher were in America. It's come as a huge shock to the communities here at Canterbury Cathedral, and many people who worked with him as staff, as volunteers, as members of the congregation and the wider community have been expressing their deep thankfulness for all his ministry, and not least his ministry during those terrible years of COVID when he created that amazing broadcast, The Garden Congregation. I was really struck when I first got here in reading this book by John Butler about the Deans of Canterbury, really since the Reformation. And at the front of it, Robert Willis writes about this place and notes how through the generations and very different times and difficult times indeed, that throughout all of that, the thing that's sustained and underpinned this place is the rhythm of prayer. Robert knew that deeply and lived that life of prayer as the dean of this place, and then made that available to so many other people. And that's a huge part of his legacy. He was so aware of the Benedictine traditions of this place, and that was also hugely expressed in his kindness, his hospitality, and his welcome. And Fletcher and his home became a place of joy and encounter, as did the garden at the deanery. So as we come to terms with this news, we once again turn to prayer and remember that both in life and in death, God promises to hold us. And in particular, that verse from Deuteronomy comes to my mind, that underneath are the everlasting arms. At this moment, we understand that Robert's funeral will take place in America, and then there will be a memorial service in Salisbury Cathedral, a diocese that Robert knew so well as a curate and as a rector, and a cathedral in which he sang evensong. And now Stephen Lake, his former curate, who's now the bishop, will be involved in taking that service. So we wait for all of that and pray for one another and pray for Fletcher and Dean Robert's loved ones at this time. May he indeed come to rest in peace and rise in glory with all the saints of God, with Thomas Becket and all the Canterbury saints, and all who have faithfully lived and witnessed the gospel.